everyone, so please don't mind my face. I just got out of the shower and I feel like I look like a wet rat. But today I want to show you how do I contour and highlight using cream and powders, and I'm also going to be doing a separate video talking about only powder highlighting and contouring for more of a natural everyday kind of thing. But this is more on the, I would say, dramatic, but it's for people who has an event, who works long shifts and really wants their makeup to stay on longer, etc. And this is how it is. And I'm not gonna lie with you guys and say that I am super obsessed with the technique that I'm gonna show you right now. It's like basically my everyday thing right now. And before I would be like, oh my god, it's too much makeup, but I found a way to make it look a little bit more natural and it's not too cakey at all. So I'm really excited to show you. So the first thing I'm going to start off with is that I just applied a moisturizer all over my face, and I like to use the MAC Complete Comfort Cream. Perfect with people who has super dry skin like I do, and I tend to feel like my skin pulling when I get out of the shower and I just need to moisturize right away. So the next thing I put is a foundation that I've been loving so far, and I still have my summer tan on. It's kind of fading away slowly. I normally use the Match Master foundation in number 3. I have it in a little sample because I ran out of mine, and I just took a sample from work basically. And I'm just gonna go ahead and grab it with my foundation brush. Don't mind my brushes, you guys, they are dirty. I washed them at the beginning of this week and I've been using them for this whole entire week, and I just never got the time to wash them again. I normally wash my brushes once a week. I'm gonna grab a little bit of this foundation and apply it all over my face. I like this foundation because it gives me a beautiful natural finish, and it hides very well my imperfections. And I used to love the cakiness and like the thickness of a foundation. Now I just want it to be as natural as possible. The more you work with makeup, I find the more you want to experiment, and it's for sure you're going to be liking more products that you never expected that you're gonna like. So this is what been happening with me in the past years. The brush I'm using, if you guys are wondering, this is the Sigma brush in F82. Probably my favorite foundation brush ever. I just like it, and I just love how it works with my face. I know it sounds really weird to say that, but it's really that. And you like how I'm doing this to you guys. Very cool. So I'm just adding a little second layer on my cheeks because I have veins and they tend to peek through, and I really don't like them. And I've been sick, so around my nose has been really red. So I just like to go over these little spots. And I've been breaking out too, so I have little friends here and there. Next thing is to conceal. I like to use the Pro Longwear concealer. This is an NW25. In the winter time, when I'm a little bit more paler, I tend to go to NW20. And I just pump a little bit behind my hand, and I go ahead and apply it on the areas that I want to conceal / highlight. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply that. So that's basically under my eyes, on the forehead, the nose bridge, Cupid's bow area, the chin, where I normally like to conceal. And I just take a sponge, any kind of sponge. If you have a beauty blender or the Real Technique or whatever it is, you can grab it. I really like the MAC disposable sponges. They're probably my favorite, and they're latex free, so which is really good. And I'm just gonna go ahead and blend out the concealer. Concealer is probably my favorite step to do because I'm alive again, so that's why I like to apply concealer. And I'm pretty generous with my concealers. Like, I don't really cake my face with concealer, but you know, I want to hide these under eye circles. The lack of sleep, tiredness, and stress really affects the under eyes area, so I just like to highly conceal as much as I can with this. And I take whatever is rest behind my hand. I don't waste anything, so I just go ahead with the sponge and I apply the rest that's behind my hand under the eyes. Because hello, makeup is expensive. Next to the contour and highlight, I like to do creams first and then move on to powders, because I just find that it's better that way and it works better that way for me. So this is what I like to do. So for contouring, I've been loving this lately. It's not that expensive and it works very well. And I also mix around with a concealer palette that I actually found around at home so randomly, that I'm going to be using both. First of all, I'm using the Maybelline Shine Free. It's a foundation tint, but it's in like a lipstick form, which is really cool, and it's small. And this is in shade 335 in Coconut. And I like it because it has this whitish dot that used to be white, now it's like all covered. And it's pretty kind of tints. It's not too orange on my skin tone, and I hate when it's orange, you guys. It's like, it's a no-no for me, so I don't really like to do that. And then I use the Eclipse palette. This is it has 15 shades of concealers and correctors. This is from Costal Scents that you can get in such a cheap price, like really not expensive, and you have a whole bunch of stuff. So I've been using this right here for my under eyes. I used to mix, but now I use this one. And then for contour, I normally mix these two together. You can tell I hit pan on both, on all colors basically. And to do so, I like to use small little brushes. So I use Sigma brushes for that. I use the P80 and the P82. And I normally like to start with highlighting first. So I'm just going to take this shade right here from the palette. It's kind of like a pinky shade and it's not too white. And I just go ahead and apply it under my eyes. I create kind of like a V under my eyes. Like this. I know you can't really see much, but if you are sitting with me in the room right now, you'll be able to see it a little bit better. But it's just a beautiful natural highlight. And I like it. Yes, it's creamy, but it's not so thick. I just go ahead and apply it on all the highlight areas. I'm just applying a little bit under the brows, just on the brow bone, like so. I take the same sponge that I blended my concealer, and I go ahead and I blend this highlight out. So I don't know if you guys could tell, but it's like a beautiful finish that it gives. For contouring, anything that's like basically going down or sideways, you need to go ahead and contour that. Sideways meaning I go ahead and I contour the sides of my nose, and whatever that's going in, so basically right under the cheekbones, right here. A lot of people like to contour here too, but I don't do that. I like to do the temples here and a little bit on the hairline too. So I just go and I grab this and I just apply a line like that. Same thing to the other side, like this. I like to bring it down because when I blend it, I like to do kind of like a C shape to kind of permanently have higher cheekbones. And I go ahead and apply a little bit on the temples, like so, and the hairline, and then the nose bridge, the sides. And then I take this palette and I take the darker shade just a little bit. I just go enhance a little bit more the contour. Just basically right here. And then I take the lighter shade and I like to put some right here, you're gonna see why, because it really gives a nice finish. And I'm not taking it like a dark shade, I'm taking kind of like a shadow shade. To blend everything, a lot of people like to use sponges, but I like to retake my foundation brush. I find it's easier for me that way, and just go ahead and blend everything out. So I just take my foundation brush and I just blend it. I try to blend it as upwards as I can, not to bring it all the way down. But even if you got a little bit down, it's so easy to clean up, which I'm going to show you. And I'm just going to go ahead and grab this brush and create kind of like an inversed C, or when you smile, just under your cheeks, basically. So this is how it looks like when you blend it out. I blend out the temples because it's this product right here. It's so easy to blend out, and I love the finish that it gives me. It's so beautiful. And for the nose, I go ahead and I blend it out as well, going downwards with that. Circular motion and then downwards, because I want to create that shadow of a slimmer nose. And then I do the hairline. The hairline is really easy. I just basically buff it around. Same thing to the temples, and then I blend the contour on the cheekbones. On the cheek crease, this is how I call it, the cheek crease. You see why I did that shadow right here? Because it really gives a beautiful faded look. I like to have everything well blended and well faded together. I don't like to have just tack and then people will have a contour line and then a blush line on top and then the shimmer line on top. What are you creating, a rainbow? It should not be like that. I like when everything it is very nicely blended all together like that. And then for highlighting again, I just like to go over with this. This is the perp+prime MAC highlighter in Bright Forecast. I love this stuff. I can rave about this stuff forever, for all my life. I literally like this stuff until I find something better. And I just go ahead and I just put a little bit under my eyes like this, because I'm obsessed. I think I have really bad under eye circles, so I like to just conceal that. And then I go ahead and just a little bit under like this, just to clean out the contour. Now I just take the MAC 286 brush and I go ahead and I blend out the highlight under the contour. This is going to help your contour look a little bit more crispier, a little bit more clean. So, and you blend it obviously with the contour. You're not going to have like just a line of contour, you know what I mean? And then for the under eye, I just take that sponge again and I just go ahead and I pat it there, because I like what the sponge gives. Really, it's like a beautiful little effect. Take a little bit of Fix Plus. This is from the coconut one. Unfortunately, these are discontinued, but I just like to put a little bit of that before I work with the powder, because I just like the way my face looks at the end. So for powders, please excuse, I should use my new one, but I still have some of this left and I just want to finish it off completely. So I'm just very sorry that it looks very, very poorly. But for highlighting, I like to take the Shade and Light palette from Kat Von D. And then you guys already saw the inside. But I like to take a little bit of this one right here. This is called Lucid. And I like to apply that under my eye and set my concealer. And I also like to use another product, which is this right here. I'm obsessed with under eye and highlighting, so I like to really highlight. So I'm using this product right here that I featured in one of my videos. I had to buy one for myself, and this is the shade. I'm using the Sculpt and Shape powders from MAC, and this is the Lightsweep and Shadester. So I'm just going to take a little bit of Lightsweep. I'm just using the Kat Von D brush right here, and I love it. And I just go ahead and I apply this color right under my eye, just to conceal my highlights and concealer and all the stuff I put down there. And then I take the Kat Von D palette and I take Lucid. And I just go ahead and I pat this. This Lucid really looks like the banana powder, and it's even better than the banana powder. So, because I'm not allergic to this one, I'm allergic to the other one. So I just go ahead and I pat it under the eye like so. This really works, you guys. This, honestly, it's probably the best powder I've used to just set concealer, set highlighters, whatever you want to set. And for people that like their concealer creases or whatever like that, this really helps to just set everything in place and just highlight. I take shadow play right here and I take it with the angle side of the brush and I start to contour my face with this. So I just put it on top of the cream contour, which is now it's blended obviously. So I just go ahead and I contour my face with that. So I work with shadow play for a while till I do the whole entire face. And then I take a little bit of Subconscious, which is not the super dark one, but the middle one. The middle dark one, because the light one is in the middle. And I take a little bit of that, and I just go ahead and concentrate this more on just the cheekbones right here. Or the crease, the cheek crease. Just to make it a little bit more darker. I like to give good definition to my face. So I like to give it like that 3D effect. And I just do a lot of blending because this is the key. Just you need to blend a lot. Now I just take my powder foundation. I'm using MAC Mineralized powder in medium dark. And I just take it and I go ahead and I just blend out the contour, especially here at the bottom, because I really need to create a really nice contoured effect and not a fake line effect. And I just go ahead and set the rest of the face with this. I'm going to take a little bit, this is actually a limited edition product from MAC, and this is from the Sheron and Kelly Osbourne collection. This is from the Sherry side, and this is called Refresh. And I just take, as you guys can see, I really hit pan on that, but I like to take the, it's kind of looks orange, but it's really not when you put it on the face. And I just go ahead and I just blend out this contour with this. I just like it, the way it gives my face and the way it sculpts my face. It's so pretty. So I just like to blend out the contour with this, and then I take again the Shade Sweep, Lightsweep and Shadester, and I take Shadester, which is the darker color, and I just go over the contour area because this gives it a little bit more of that punch. I still have my tan on, so I just like to take this and but if you have a color called Warm Soul from MAC, it's too beautiful to miss, and you really need to have it in your life. So I'm just gonna grab this and apply it onto my cheeks, and it has a little bit of that highlighted look, so this is what I've been really obsessed with lately. So you can just smile. and apply that on the cheekbones, or not on the cheekbones, but mainly more on your cheeks. Blending it out, obviously. So you can tell a little bit of that highlight going on right now. And for highlighting, two products, totally obsessed with, I can't even talk. Totally obsessed with, and I just cannot live without them. I don't know what I would do. I recently discovered the mix of these two and I've been just completely obsessed. So I'm going to be using Becca highlighter. This is from Jaclyn in Champagne Pop. And then I'm using MAC new highlighter, Oh Darling. This is amazing. If you can still get your hand on it, please do, because I was gonna drop it and I was gonna die. But if you can still get your hands on it, please do, because you will literally be completely obsessed. I know Amrazy is, if you guys follow her. I don't know, I heard people that, oh my gosh, she raved about this and now everybody wants it. But mind you, I do agree with her. It's amazing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply these two, and I like to use it with my new brush, or one of my favorite brushes I've been obsessed to highlight with, which is this one. This was from the Wash and Dry collection, I believe, from MAC, which is now discontinued, but I really hope they bring them permanent. I mean, they should. This is amazing. This is the 125 SE. It's a dual fibered one, and I just like to take Champagne Pop, and I take it a little bit and I go ahead and apply it on the cheekbones, which is right here, and just highlight my face, bring that shimmer onto my face. I used to hate put anything shimmery on my face. I used to be such a matte person, but I think summer came and this trend came out and I've been just completely obsessed with. I like to look very glossy, very J-Lo. I don't know why, I just love it. It's so pretty. And then I take a little bit of Oh Darling. Look at this. It literally screams, Oh Darling. And I just add just a tiny bit of this, because this, if you add too much of it, it could be a little bit too gold, but mind you, you want to be a gold queen. And I just take the highlighter brush that I use from Kat Von D, and I just go over all of that to blend it out. I'll go ahead and do my eyebrows and pop some lashes on. I'm doing a really natural look today, and I'm gonna put something really natural on the lips too, and I'll be back for the finished look.
Late night when you need my love. I know when that hotline bling, that can only mean one thing.
That I don't really have to show you guys what I use on my face, because you saw everything, except if you want to know what I have on my lips. I bought this new thing from NYX, and let me say, what happened there? It feels like I turned black and white all of a sudden. But I bought this new thing from NYX and I love it. These are their pencil cream matte lipsticks, and I really like them to stay in Stay Nude, and on my lips is pretty matte. There is no gloss to it whatsoever, and it looks completely beautiful. And this is in color actually called Exposed New. Exposed New, I think new is in French, so it's probably exposed in English. But this is what I have on my lip, and I am totally obsessed with it. I look really washed out on camera. I really don't look washed out in real life, just to tell you guys. But yeah, so this is what I have on my lips. And for the lashes, I have Kiss. You can get from Walmart. There are the brand Kiss in number 11, and they're my favorite. So yeah, this is what I wanted to show you guys. Is basically how I contour and highlight using cream products. As I said, I'm going to be doing another video on how to highlight and contour in more powder. I will be kind of using the same products I use in this video, but not using the cream products, if that makes any sense. But I'll be doing another video so you guys would know exactly what I'm talking about. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, just leave them all in the comments down below, and I'll also leave all the products that I use in the info box for you guys. You can go ahead and check it out if you want to purchase the items. If you want to, I highly recommend them because they're not that expensive, except you're going to be using MAC. I know, I'm sorry, it could be a little bit more expensive, but you're paying for amazing quality makeup. Same goes to the Kat Von D Shade and Light, which I cannot live without. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, please let me know if you have any questions or concerns or anything like that in the comments down below. I'll try to get you guys as soon as possible. I have to run get some things for myself because I'm in need of them. So yeah, I'll talk to you later. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see you in my next video.